All right, and next on the chopping block is the ReefDose 4. This comes in in two configurations. You can have a 4 pump or you can get a 2 pump. Obviously right here we have a 4 pump. So let's go ahead and open this up so we can check it out and talk about it here. So inside we have our user manual and then some stickers for your containers if you want to label everything nicely. And then we have our beautiful dosing unit. This thing is beautiful. On the back, it does have a mounting bracket in case you are wanting to mount it to your stand and not just set it up. And then, of course, we have our power supply over here, as well as a test tube to test out the unit to make sure it's calibrated properly. The unit is controlled by the ReefBeat app as well, so you will need to do the app. As you can see here, we do have some manual buttons that we can push to manually run whichever dosing pump we'd like to, but this unit is packed full of features. And one of the coolest thing is if you ever ran a dosing pump, you know when they're running between the motor and these rollers, they can tend to get kind of noisy. The nice thing about this one is you have 2 different modes you can run it in, and that is whisper mode, which is making this so it's going to be as quiet as possible, or you can run it in turbo mode. And the turbo mode is to make it so it dispenses as quickly as possible, so that way you can get it done like that and you're not having 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever the case may be on what your setup is of this noisy pump going on. So it just really injects it quickly so it's over and done with. So it's nice to have that 2 options. If you are someone that doesn't like any noises from any of your equipment, you can put on whisper mode and just get a little bit more quietness out of it. The accuracy on this thing is plus or minus 0.05 milliliters, which is phenomenal as well. The closer we can get to the 0, the better we are, and that is fantastic to be 0.05. So really precise with its dosing, which is always important. We've got 4 auto dosing programs. We can do single daily dose. You can do 24 hourly doses. You can customize your schedule. It does have dose compensation. So if the power does go out, it will remember when it comes back on and know if it missed a dose and dose accordingly to get it back up to where it should be. So it's nice to have that memory incorporated into the unit. Like I said, you can do up to 24 doses per day per head. So technically speaking, you can do up to 96 doses in one day between all 4. You can customize your schedule, so you can do it every day. You can select your days, anything like that, which most units allow. It will have in the ReefBeat app a dose queue and a dose log. The dose queue is nice because it will show you a list of the doses, the planned out time. It basically shows you a daily schedule of what's going to be happening today with your doses. The dose log then, of course, lets you see what it did do. So that's really awesome. So the one nice thing about this doser is they have a mode called Food Head, and that's for dosing liquid foods. And so what happens is when you do that and set that up to dose, say pump 4 to dose liquid foods, when it goes into that food head mode, it's going to, on the ReefBeat app, set everything into feed mode. So that way, if you have a reef wave, if you have a skimmer, if you have any equipment that's into that ReefBeat app, it's going to turn everything into feed mode. So that's really nice. Makes it super simple. You're not having to go into each individual piece of equipment, put it on feed mode, yada, yada, yada. You can just do it through this if you're dosing liquid food. So that's really cool, nice to have. We're not going to obviously put this up yet because we don't need to dose anything, but eventually we will mount this onto the aquarium and set it up and get it running. We wanted to at least showcase it to you because it is a beautiful piece of equipment and we cannot wait to get this sucker on as well. To go along with the ReefDose, you can get this ReefDose color kit, the tube kit. Really nice, has colored tubing so you can really just make it very clear. Okay, this yellow tube's for X, orange tube for Y. It just makes it a little bit more color coded and easy to determine what's what. Let's open up this bad boy. Really simple. We have our 4 different colors of tubing. We have some guides, and then we have our tube holder for inside your sump. So just really nice to be able to keep everything very, very simple and very straightforward. Nice rubber silicone tubing, and inside we have our little nozzle. So definitely would recommend taking a look at it. It's just nice to have everything as simple and straightforward as possible. So some color coding, can't go wrong with that.
All right, guys, that's going to be it for this week. Thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate you and love you. This is, again, the RedSea ReefDose and their tubing accessory kits. Go check it out. I'll put a link in the description, as always, down below. I highly recommend taking a look at it. Great units. Excited to definitely get these running and see what they are capable of. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. Hit that bell for notification to stay the most up to date on this system, as well as other stuff that we're doing. And we'll see you here in a few short weeks. Peace, guys.